Yeah, remembering what happened 27 years ago. Some of the children who are here were not born during that time. My wife and children were in Jaffna. They narrowly escaped. I was sent to India by the expatriates to do propaganda work in India on our plight. I left for India in February, but things were worsened. I was advised not to come back to Sri Lanka. At the time I was the president of the Tamil Depression from Colombo branch. But I was very fortunate to meet Indira Gandhi on August 18th and explain our problem. So a few things that she said is important. She said, you have to make a very interesting statement about your problem. Why don't you repeat it? I said in action. I said Tamilism independence and Indian security are inseparable. Saving Tamils is saving India. Allowing Tamils to perish means India will perish in turn. He said, lovely statement, repeat wherever you go. This was the attitude of the Indian government in August or July 1983. Then she said that for the first time I have used the word genocide as regards being perpetrated on the Tamils in Sri Lanka. Then she also said, the issue that is haunting you without you telling me, I know it's the calculated move by the successive single governments to make you a microscopic minority or non-entity in your own homeland and virtually make you being driven out from the place so you become an uprooted society. She said, I cannot just watch on, I must do something. So she knew the problem, but unfortunately for us, the present Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, when the TNA, of which I was a member of parliament, I was a member of parliament for 3 years, from 2004 to 2007. When the TNA explained to Manmohan Singh that there's a forced occupation armed forces in the northern eastern province, which is the historic habitation of the Eelaventhan, and also they are driving out people who are part and parcel of this one, and the army is occupying. Why we are helpless this year. After 27 years, the Indian government expressed not only helplessness, they are also the cause for all the massacre that took place last year. 40,000 of our comrades or freedom fighters lost their lives. More than 100,000 people lost their. But believe me when I say there are more than 100,000 widows in the northern eastern province. In particular alone, there are 42,000 widows, and nearly 300 widows are with 3 children with unable to, uncared, unwept, unsung, they are dying. So our problem is what happens south of Sri Lanka is not our worry. Let them do anything. But if we are going to be uprooted from our own society, where do we go? Are we to be dumped to the Indian Ocean? So we have witnessed the riots of 56, 58, 77 I was driven out from Colombo, 58 I was driven out from Colombo. I was working in the central bank at the time. So 83, wife and children in Jaffna. My daughter is a product of Jaffna University. They specialize in economics. Now they are all in India. So India deported me twice. I can't get back to India because I am a member of the transnational government. So I am forced to lead a nomadic life here. So I have already spoken to the Canadian Prime Minister in 2007. I spoke to the Foreign Minister and said the Canadian pattern is an ideal constitution, believing unity in diversity and not dull monotonous uniformity. Therefore, this federal system is an ideal solution. You tell the Sri Lankan government to agree to it. By chance they don't agree, you had to help us to recognize the right to self-determination. So this is where we are. So this 83 it's not right, really genocide. There's evidence here of all what happened there. How the people were burned and turned into a bus and killed the people. There's a witness and it reported London Daily, Express, 29 August 1983. Then there's a review. The evidence points clearly to the conclusion that the violence and singular writers of Jamaica accepted external genocide. Reviewed by international commission. All the background material is here. And Jaya never expressed a word of sympathy. He said, I have now know the value and I respect the single aspirations. He's a man who once said, we want war, we are for war. We want peace, we are for peace. This is what my people say, meaning the singular people say. So, man died a miserable life, all right. So, our point is, I am a man of 77 years. So I was not only a member of parliament there, I am now a member of the Transnational Government Tamil, which is a body which is very transparent in the South. We believe in democratic procedure, parliamentary procedure, and I made purpose to focus world attention on our problem. We have someone able to win over the world countries because of our continuous agitation. The UN is moving in our favor. Thanks to Navneetha Pillai, who is heading the UNHCR. And she has appointed 3 people to look into this war crimes, and I think that will have the desired effect. We go on beating and beating. I was in South Africa last year, 4 months there. I launched on a hunger strike for 9 days. Then I met all our sisters, Navneetha Pillai sisters. I met Bishop Dutu also. Then I was in communication with Nelson Mandela too. I'm an old man going around the world, propagating, lobbying and internationalizing our problem. Convincing, converting, failing that to neutralize.
And what has been the response then from all these, everyone you spoke to?
All these people do sympathize with us. But finally, when it comes to action, they are thinking of the geopolitical interest in each country.
Yeah.
Farmers and one said British Prime Minister. No country's foreign policy based on morality. No permanent friends, no permanent enemies. It's only permanent interest.
Yeah, of course.
So now India foolishly thinks that by finishing off the Tamils, they are safe. They don't know that only China has gained a foothold in Sri Lanka. They are going to tug of war between China and India. At the time when they will realize it is foolish on their part to have killed the Tamils in such a large numbers. But it may be a blatant realization. I know one thing. I have met Rajiv Gandhi, I have met Indira Gandhi, I have met Bajpai, I have met VP Singh, I have met all the foreign ministers in the South Block Delhi. I went to Jawaharlal University, I have met the Supreme Court. 20 years I was in India, I know in and out of Indian thinking. At the start it was alright, but 1987 was a turning point. 83 is a black, 87, the Indo-Sol agreement. I was the first to criticize there. I was in India as a refugee. It's a joint conspiracy with both governments to virtually wipe us out. The raw officers came in and said, how dare you criticize India? You are a refugee. I said, I'm a refugee here because I'm unable to get back there. So I want a permanent political solution. So spell out. I said, but only redeeming feature in the Indo-Sol agreement, what you call the preamble speaks of the northern and eastern province as a historic habitation in the Eelaventhan, not a traditional homeland. I said, implement it by seeing that no further inroads are made in Sinhala colonization. But even then, after 19 years, the Sri Lankan government, by a Supreme Court verdict appointed by them, a Sinhala judge, they nullified the northern eastern province as a unified territory. So now Chidambaram is an intellectual, no doubt.
Yeah.
I know him personally. He says you are going to have 2 chief ministers. We are not worried about how many chief ministers. We are worried about the homeland. Land is necessary not only for the self-expression of ethnic group, it's necessary for its physical survival.
Yeah.
Whether it be the struggle of the Jews, whether it be the struggle of the Palestinians, or whether when Pakistan fought for it, when Bangladesh fought for it, all based on land. You can lose your language and regain. 2000 years of a struggle by Jews resulted in the creation of Israel. All what the Jews do may not be to our liking. That's another point. The lesson we learned after 2000 years, the creation of Israel, is a highly place. The number of Jews in Israel are lesser in number than the Jews in America. But they are able to dictate terms to the world. And the Jews in America are dictating on the foreign policy, on the finance, and also the media. The simple reason there is Israel. Singapore is smaller than the Jaffna province. Singapore is a power to be reckoned with the nation region. So this is where we are.